welcome back to my channel. In case you don't know, I'm Victoria from Lemons and Lime. I'm really excited today because I'm going to film an apartment tour video, which I've never done before. I recently moved back to Colorado, in case you didn't know, and I am really excited to have a place that I can have a completely gluten-free kitchen. It's completely non-toxic space. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about how I found my apartment and what I looked for and how I've made it non-toxic and made sure it's mold-free. I'm going to do a full tour of the place because that's been a requested video as well. So let's just jump right into it. So how the hell did I find a safe space to live in, given that I have Lyme disease, I'm sensitive to mold and chemicals? It's not easy, especially when you're on a budget because of treatment or for whatever reason, you're 20 whatever, and you just need to be on a budget. So for me, having a safe space is really important. So I probably put more money to rent than the average person because having a clean, mold-free apartment and home is crucial to my healing process. So what I looked for when I was looking for an apartment is somewhere that had been built within the last 5 years. That was like my first criteria because I wanted to make sure that it was mold free, and the more recent that it was built, the less chance for mold to be building up and the building not to have been taken care of and all of that. So built within the last 5 years was a pretty big priority for me. But at the same time, I didn't want something brand new because then there's a lot of off-gassing from the paint and the construction. So finding that balance is really hard. The place that I moved into had opened up about 8 months before I moved in. So there's still some off-gassing, but I felt like that was enough time to off-gas a majority of the chemicals. And for me, I'm not as chemically sensitive as I am mold sensitive. So I'd rather have a mold-free space and be able to detox and from all the chemicals and open windows and let some of that air out because I can handle that better than I can handle mold. So the second thing that I looked for, or that I wanted, was minimal to no carpeting. Obviously, no carpeting is ideal because carpeting can harbor mold, it can harbor lots of bacteria and other gross things. So carpets just really, they have a ton of chemicals in when they're made. Like, they're made with a lot of chemicals, they can off-gas a lot of chemicals. And so the place I'm in is mostly, you'll see in a moment, like hardwood, you can see it back there, hardwood laminate, but there is carpeting in the bedroom and closet. But that's basically the best I could do given my situation and not wanting to pay like $3,000 in rent every month. And so that was good enough for me right now. But having the least amount of carpeting possible was the ideal situation. And then a third criteria for me was having a bathtub because I need it for detoxing. I love my baths and they're really important for my treatment and healing. And that was actually kind of hard to find. A lot of the newer buildings don't have bathtubs, they just have the standing showers to conserve space. And a lot of studio apartments were only showers, and I found some really great studio apartments and great studio spaces that had no carpeting that were fantastic and would have fit me great, but they didn't have bathtubs, and that was crucial to me. So I went with a 1-bedroom that does have a bathtub because I need my tub. And so those were kind of the 3 big things I looked for in an apartment. Obviously something that was in my price range, but then having been built within the last 5 years, minimal to no carpeting, and a bathtub. Those were the big things that I checked out. Now, my place obviously does use chemicals when they're cleaning in the common spaces and the hallways and things, which sucks because you can smell that. But in my apartment itself, I don't use any chemicals. And I can actually make a whole separate video about what I use to clean with. If you guys want to see that, give this video a thumbs up because it also supports my channel, and then let me know in the comments if that'd be something you're interested in. Yeah, so I just keep my space itself toxin free. I mean, you can't avoid toxins 100% because they're everywhere and you can't like live in a bubble. And so I do what I can in my own space and then compromise when I have to leave it. But anyways, let's get started. Let me show you the space. I'll talk to you a little bit about some other things I do to keep it clean and safe for living in, Lyme wise, and and just show you around.
So I'm just gonna start from the very beginning. I'm gonna go show you guys around and show you some of my art as well. So front door, how exciting. I have my license plates hanging here. This is kind of a cool thing that I've done over the years. So Nebraska is where my dad grew up. Virginia, we had a house in Virginia when I was growing up, a river house. And then DC is where I actually was born and raised. And then I have a Colorado plate from when I used to live in Colorado that I'll hang here. And when I switch my plates back, I'll hang my New Mexico plate down there. So all the places I've lived, collecting the, or meaningful, I'm gonna collect the plates and hang them all up. So when you come in, I have a really open concept apartment. But over here, I just have some hooks for hanging stuff, and then my bike, which needs to get into the garage on a bike rack, but one day. And then I just have a closet over here, which isn't too exciting. It's just a bunch of storage and all of like my supplements and medications and like old pills and cleaning stuff. And then the most exciting part is my kitchen, of course. So fun. So because I eat a paleo-based diet, I don't have any gluten in the house, which is awesome because I try and keep this gluten-free. I don't use any flours or let people basically cook gluten stuff in my dishes. Now, sometimes my friends bring over sandwiches or something pre-made, which is fine, but I try and keep my space really gluten-free. I have my juicer out pretty much all the time. I have a microwave, which I don't like having a microwave because they're just not good for you and they denature foods, but it has the light for the oven, so I kind of have to leave it plugged in, and it's built in, so I have to leave it there. But I do use it because it's there, but I try not to. And in here, I just have all my dishes. Nothing too exciting there, but let me tell you guys something. First of all my supplements, fun stuff. All right, so this is my food cabinet, and since I eat a lot of fresh foods, like fish, veggies, and meats and fish. So I don't have a ton, like a huge food cabinet. This is mostly like oils, chia seeds, some flours. But what I do have a ton of is cooking appliances. Some here, you saw my juicer over there. This whole cabinet is blenders and jars and spiralizers and mandolins. Then up here above the fridge, I have more stuff. I've got my dehydrator, more storage, popsicle makers, teapot. Let's see. I have more everywhere. Like all down here is all cooking stuff, pots and pans and bowls and my crock pot. All of those drawers are filled with Tupperware and storage containers, more bowls and cooking supplies, salad spinner, muffin tins, so all the fun stuff. And my oven, I just want to talk about briefly. So I don't have a gas range, which many people would think maybe I want a gas range because I love to cook. I actually really prefer not having one because having a gas range means gas, which can be an environmental toxin and can contribute to symptoms. So I really enjoy not having one, and having this flat cooktop is really nice for cleaning. The other thing I wanted to just point out is this is the water filter I use. I don't have a attachable water filtration system because they're very expensive, but I did a lot of research on water filters, and although the Aqua Gear is pretty expensive for being a water pitcher, it does filter out fluoride and like a ton of chemicals and stuff. So this is the one I went with, and I really like it. So if you're in the market for a water pitcher and you can't afford something like super expensive like a Berkey filter, which I eventually want, I would look into this. So over here, I just have my like water heater and washer dryer. Really nice to have a washer dryer in house. And then my living room. So this is great because I have a bar here, bar stools I got from home, which are fantastic. It's really nice to just have that for seating. And then my whole living room, I always have my yoga mat out because I do yoga every night before I go to bed, and it's nice to leave it there for stretching and things like that. Pretty much all of my furniture is from IKEA or Target. And the thing about IKEA is they actually use low VOC paints and like low toxicity. I mean, yes, it's all new furniture, so there was some off-gassing from that, But I really love IKEA because they try and minimize toxins, which is really good when you have Lyme. All my art, this is just a screen print of New York City, from New York City when I was there a couple years ago. I just think the skyline in NYC is gorgeous, so it's great to have that. And my big Victoria painting of a bus in London. And then over here I have, this is a map of Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C. And that's where I grew up. So I grew up, let's see, like my house was right there. And this is the Capitol. So I grew up right in the middle of Washington, D.C. And this is a good little reminder of home. This is my desk area. Just, I mean, I don't know how interested you guys are in that, but like all my books, all of my cookbooks, computer. Love having a huge corkboard because I can put, you know, whatever I want on it and I will fill it up quickly. As you can see, it's already getting filled and I just always am adding stuff. Nice to have pictures of home, remind me of my family, calendar, things like that. So yeah, and my couch as well is also from IKEA. And I eventually want to get more. The space is kind of empty right now just because, you know, I'm on a budget and had to buy all new stuff for an apartment. But eventually I'll get like a chair or something for over there and maybe a rug to put down in the middle. We'll see. My mom's kind of on the hunt for me, keeping an eye out on things that might work for my apartment. And then the bedroom. Love this space. So mostly because I sleep a lot. But anyways, so I have my bed and I've got these great little furry pandas down here, which I can move around to sit on, and footstools and stuff. We got these in DC at a yard sale like years ago, but I love having them because they're cute and they add character. My sonnet is in here. And then I have my Audrey Hepburn poster from IKEA. I got that in college, like everybody has it, but I like having it. And I really like the space at night because I love hanging. I'm such a girl, right? I love hanging up like Christmas lights and just having those on in the evening. I'm gonna insert a picture because it's just really calming and like a serene space like that. So this over here, I had a photo. I took black and white photography in high school and loved it. And this is just a photo from my photo teacher. She was a professional photographer and from one of her books, and this is from Cuba. So I got that framed and hung up. And then this is my whole other dresser space. Ignore this over here. Dresser from IKEA. Of course, meds, because they're freaking everywhere for me. But just a lot of sentimental things that I've collected over the years. And then my other favorite is this. It's not a painting. I think it was a watercolor of Capitol Hill or of the nation's capital. So this was basically my view growing up all the time. It was such a beautiful place, and especially in the fall with the change of colors. I really miss that about the East Coast. I have this giant mirror over here, which is, you know, whatever, great, okay. And then I have my pull-up bar, which I don't use all that often, but I want to get strong again, so that's up there. Didn't have these lights on. And then I have a huge walk-in closet, which is fantastic for storage. I realize I have so many clothes. You don't really realize how much you have until you move. All my bags and things are up there. Lots of clothes, all my shoes. And then over here, we got this from IKEA, which is great because I can just have all these baskets for storage. So it's like winter clothes, towels, extra sheets, things like that. And just more storage space, which is kind of messy, but I'm going to show you anyways. And then my bathroom. So let's go over here. I have a tub there, which is great because I get my tub and all of my bath stuff, huge things of Epsom salts, baking soda. I get all of that on Amazon in case you're wondering. Organized sink area. I don't know how cool that is for you. But just, you know, that's that. It's a bathroom. So that's my apartment. And as you saw, like I have these laminate wood floors here, and then there was carpeting in the bedroom and closet. So I was able to minimize that, and it's really nice to have this out here, which also makes it for easy cleaning. But that's pretty much my space. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tour. If you have any questions about how I keep things non-toxic or cleaned, or about finding an apartment, just let me know and I'll be happy to answer those questions for you.
So that was my apartment. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it maybe useful or cool to see where I'm living and how I'm living. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up and share this video with anyone you think might be interested. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.